Thank you so much, guys. Of course, here now joined by Coach Potter. Big win on Split. It was obviously Paper X's pick, but you guys came out all guns swinging there. How are you keeping the team's energy levels up, especially considering that you guys have been through the mud? You have gone through the trenches with so many of these squads. How are you keeping the team motivated into this? Because it feels like they're coming in with a different fire in them.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty simple, GB. For map 1, carrot on a stick, I changed the comp this morning. Everyone was very excited to go back to the double dive. I think it's just comfort agents for us, and yeah, it's just perfect that map 1 was it. I think it perfectly set the pace for us moving on into this all 5 maps.
Now, we won't get an opportunity to talk to you again. I just want to know real fast, you feeling comfortable about the map picked as they're laid out right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Ascent's coming up number 2. That's our bread and butter, baby.
Right.
2-0.
Hey, and I love bread and butter. All right, back to you guys.
What a fantastic start from EG, and what a great answer there from Potter. I'm Yingsu, I'm joined here by Mimi, Seth, and Sean. Who would have thought that decision she made this morning to change the comp would turn out like this, Mimi?
I mean, her, probably. Yeah. It's such a good choice to make. I was never really huge on the chamber comp they were running. It really struggled yesterday versus Loud. And again, as we've talked about before, there's no way they didn't know exactly what the map pool was going to be today. It was a great change to make, and I think the comfortability that this team has on the double dive is what got them the map today. So much of their victory was about insane individual performances from guys like Demon 1.
Yeah, maybe this guy too, getting off Asher, you know, going on Jet, 6-1 in First Bloods. Look, his damage run was like over 280. He was insane, plus 13 on the attack half. This guy was on fire. He's a rookie this year. That was the opening map of the Grand Finals. Look at this.
I mean, it's just a disgusting performance from both he and Jogomo, because Jogomo was kind of the one who got that ball rolling initially in those first couple rounds, and then Demon 1 just came in and just took the spotlight. Jogomo just right there behind him steadily the entire way through. That was basically how I looked watching the games. Just look at disgust with the things that they were able to do in this one. And I mean, I really do like this pivot for the side of EG. Clearly, they want more firepower on this map, and the chamber just doesn't deliver enough. Having that Jet raise as a 1-2 punch here on Split, that gets it done.
In the upper final, I came into it with the mentality that, like, okay, EG needs to outgame Paper X. They need to come up with some crazy idea how to counter them. They're not going to be able to win in the department of firepower. But in this matchup, they really proved me wrong. These guys have such insane individual abilities. They're out there and they're diffing Paper X, who I think it's pretty uncontested that they're probably the team with the highest concentration of just insane mechanical players that we have in VCT.
Yeah, and we saw those individual mechanics come through for Paper X. They won several rounds with outstanding openings and just entrances into the site. That's why this resilience from EG was so impressive. The fact that they came back from that 8-4 half to put together an attack half like that and close out the map, beautiful.
I think they only dropped 2 rounds.
Yeah, it was so one-sided there. They dropped only just the 2 rounds to get to 10. It's a 13-10 scoreline, but this time inverted from the last time they played Split back in Tokyo in that 5-map set. EG clearly doing their research, knowing how Paper X likes to play, but Paper X also slipping up a bit in certain moments here. We saw them making some micro mistakes that they normally don't do.
Yeah, you guys mentioned him already, but let's take a look at Demon 1 here in the AIM Lab shoot-around. Not that he needs to warm up. I feel like this man is just hot as soon as he gets on stage. But the fact that he's able to pull off a performance like this at the Grand Finals with no pressure is very impressive.
At this point, he doesn't need to warm up. He just needs to vibe on the stage. He doesn't even care about the warm-up. Just picking the silliest crosshair he can. But like you were saying, Sean, this guy, rookie year, he's out there putting up numbers. I don't feel like ever since he came into Champions here, I've seen a game where it looked like the pressure was getting to him. He's just so comfortable. He said the other day that while he was grinding out in Tier 2, Tier 3, he always knew he had the mechanics good enough to make it to this point. He just needed an opportunity.
I'm more impressed beyond the mechanics, just his individual decisions throughout these rounds. He can pick the jump spotter on B and there's no overheat in sight. He knows to play the round correctly. He can get the kill in B, goes back, the showstoppers pop by Jing, he immediately updrafts to dodge it. All of his little micro choices are spot on.
Yeah, and also we got to talk about the fact that EG, they won both pistols on Split, Seth, which, as you know in this game, if you're winning both pistols, the chances of you winning that map is pretty high.
I'm tilting out of my mind when it comes down to these pistol rounds, because Paper X, their pistol win rate at this tournament has been absolutely abysmal. 42%, only 11 out of the 26 that they have played. And this is costing them so dearly, not only in this map loss and the ones that they had in the past, but sometimes in their wins as well, because they get themselves into such rougher positions than they need to be in if they could just manage to clinch these.
Yeah, and it did look like EG had a really good solution for a lot of the pistol round structure and waiting for pushes, absorbing those pushes from Paper Rex. That's why I think going into the rest of the map, well, even though Paper Rex started here, I think their innovation across the other maps is where I'm mostly impressed.
I think this is the most vanilla map that we're going to see from Paper Rex. We're now going into Ascent, which is my favorite map to watch Paper Rex on. This is where they're playing Viper, Harbor, Reyna, Skye. On Ascent, again, the map where everybody else plays literally the same comp in every game, and it's so well constructed. This is the map where I have a lot of faith in something to come back and look like the superstar we know he is when he's playing on this Reyna.
We're about to see in the Prime Gaming agent select if we're going to get that Reyna or not, but Potter, she's very confident. She even said 2-0, baby. Do you guys feel the same way here? Is this going to be bad news for Paper Rex?
I do think she's kind of underestimating Paper Rex a little bit on Ascent. I know EG looks like the best Ascent team in this tournament, but what I see out of this Harbor Reyna in particular is the Cove Lear entrances by the A site, by the B site. They do such a creative take on both of those areas of the map. Now, I'm sure Potter has cooked up some good anti-strats, and
Oh, Paper Rex changing the comp. Device on the KO now.
What?
What does this change?
No Sentinel comp now.
It's just a little bit less info coming the way of Paper Rex, but the KO can do a lot with the knife to get cross-map info.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be getting those refreshable flashes coming through here, but this still can work in the same way that they have been piloting it. It's just a little bit different, a little bit more delayed. You can't really, obviously fly those guiding lights through and get them exactly where you want to, but Devi can still be chucking these through those harbor walls, off the back of the Lear, get that double flash out, and then go for the side exact.
I think the KO knife is really useful for cross-map info on Ascent. That's why you see pretty much everyone run it. Versus the Skye as well. You can still get those Reyna Lear flash combos out of the Cove you're talking about, but it might be a little bit harder. We'll have to see if Paper Rex's new comp is what it takes to be the first team this tournament to beat Evil Geniuses on Ascent.
EG, they are ahead now, but Paper Rex, they have a chance here to bring it back and tie things up. Let's send it over to your casters once again to take us into game. Over to you, Pansy and Hypok.
Thank you so much, and yes, map 2 now coming up. Paper Rex have their work cut out here, Mike. This is a little bit of a different look as well from what we maybe expected.
Absolutely, a slight adjustment here. The desk, obviously, well, we can only really speculate as to the application here of the KO, but one of the things that worked best was the Trailblazer. To set something in motion. Again, the layering of the flashes, sure, but the one thing that really put something in a position to excel on the Reyna was the Trailblazer from Devi. So that's the initial concern at the minute, whether or not Paper Rex are going to try and slow things down, if something and Jing are just going to try and go ham together, I guess, is the next step on that checklist. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, it starts with this pistol round. Demon 1, he's stuck around. He's got back in. That's a little too far. As Forsaken's going to punish and put him back to the next round. 4v4, but look at the rest of the map. Boostio's taken space away. Paper Rex actually might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Bomb's coming as well.
Boostio's got a fantastic position again, Forsaken. Perfect trade, though.
Standing ahead. Dart will go out. Actually, we'll catch him. Yeah, King as well. Devi's lucky to get away with his life here. Down to 62 HP.
This has been god tier work from Forsaken. I have to be crystal clear about that. Those trades he got kept them in this. And hold on. Yeah, a little bit of vengeance. Best served. Double check on the body there, it felt like, from something, leaving it all on Jorgamo in a 1v3. Knife's going to note him. And you can see something waiting. Oh, the crossfire was in place. It was okay in the end. Something taking the reins in the round, but credit in my mind goes to Forsaken there.
Absolutely. Something. With the cleanup, I mean, there's a chance here for Common Booster to make a real good go of holding things down in tiles. Team 1 to open things up. Yeah, so this moment here, I think Com's kind of forced into a very, very tricky spot where he could invest the recon bolt. That's the Reyna from my ranked games right there. Lurking in tiles, planting on A, shooting bodies in mid. Love to see it. But something off to a flying start, 3-0.
Huge confidence round for him as well. You want to be seeing that coming out from something. Get that confidence early. Start building into the matchup as it looks like a pacey piece towards B. But look at the stack. There's 5 bodies here. Everyone from EG is present on this site. The stack towards the back of O House. Paper Rex trying to fly on in. Lear gets dealt with, but Jing's the one to do so much damage on this one. This is lovely work here. Demon 1. Oh my god, he's still trying to fire off. Takes down 2, but it's a 3v1. And Boostio, I mean, this would be a lot.
Would be a miracle. Forsaken tag down to 72. Easiest to pin down, but a 1v3 nonetheless.
He's got a clean fight on the first, couldn't land it. Beautifully controlled by PaperX. They walk into the stack, they come out with 3 alive.
Get themselves off on the right foot here on Ascent.
Yeah, and having a look back on this, it could have gone dangerous. You saw it there for a couple of seconds. In the end, Divide doing well, keeping control. And for PaperX going at that sort of pace, you may walk into a stack, but they come out as highlighted with 3. So this bonus round not going to be lacking in too many areas. They do have 2 full-on rifles, 1 Bulldog to boot. That's with Mind Freak. It looks like rinse and repeat. However, late slip through there for Demon 1, getting himself on the site, but PaperX not toying with the rest of the map, and again, opening up this chance for EG to take space.
Yeah, Joggermo's done just that. Look how deep his position is already.
But they still have to deal with the site take, right? It's one thing to know where PaperX are, it's another to try and handle them as they make it towards the site. First man forwards, Jing, eyeing up CT, keeping them at bay, or at least keeping one at bay, that being Ethan.
Wait, do they not know where the paranoia came from?
Apparently not, but they're trying to break through on the site. They don't turn in time, and Jorgamo does get down 2, but still the trades are effective, and PaperX keeping 3 alive. The HP is dreary for 2 of the players. Com in with a real chance of doing some serious damage here.
Chance with the recon as well to maybe find a little bit of damage. So he might just commit to trying to hold for exits here. I mean, Jing down to 5 HP, Divide on 39, could find something with a shock dart potentially. How did Divide not taking it in there?
Jing, lovely from PaperX. Again, it's one thing to know where PaperX are, it's another to handle them all together.
So what's bizarre though is Jorgamo sends the paranoia from tiles into B main. Not sure if it's just not relayed quickly enough, but nobody reacted to the flank until Jorgamo comes through and finds 2. Just so happens PaperX won everything they needed to towards the site. Sorry.
Well, what a dreamy start for PaperX as well.
Bonus on the board.
Making up the wrongs, right?
Great ult progress as well. Forsaken 1 away from the Reckoning. Jing 1 off the showstopper. Already have Chris in hand.
Here we go, Jing right off the rip, taken towards the A site, and look, it's down to the Sheriffs. This round was never meant to be too deadly. Full-on rifles. And Jing willing to be aggressive, confirm the space, take it. Noting Boostio on the back lines, it's all looking, I was going to say tickety-boo, but Demon 1 has found Jing.
He's found the knives as well.
Okay.
Chance here if another kill comes through that EG tried to explode on the back of that.
And you can see the difference, right? PaperX dig in a little bit more.
Yeah, straight away looking to slow things down.
And time's done to dwindle here. Forsaken controlling towards heaven. Something's there towards Demon 1, this is lovely. Any more, and I get a little bit nervous, but I think Ethan knows he's not going to get given much more play here. Being pressured down by something. And he caused them any more troubles, any more woes? Absolutely not. PaperX weathering the storm there. Again, yes, aggressive, yes, got a little bit, I don't even say dangerous with Jing going down, but they instantly shifted gear. That was perfect from them.
Back into full purchase here.
Look at those
Tom
ults
with the Odin in hand. Yeah, the ultimate's really starting to swell now for PaperX. EG actually going to call the time. I'm not sure if that did come through a little late.
And it's also very uncharacteristic for EG to be calling timeouts this early. We know that they generally have a plan up to almost round 6. Something that they're notorious for. They come in with very, not scripted pistols, but they have a really robust plan. So an early timeout certainly causing me pause for thought here, Mike. As it stands though, PaperX, I was worried after map 1 they'd take that to heart, but these guys are warriors at this. They've come back with a blistering response.
I'd be curious to see if there is much of a change here. We've seen EG try to address the back line of PaperX a number of times, kind of shadowing some of the executes they've had towards B site in terms of tiles control, taking all of the space in mid, confirming that there's no real second prong to the attack. and what EG think that, because it's not really as if that's caused them any issues just yet. No. They've lost out in terms of gunfights towards the site, but generally in terms of the read of what's going on, you've seen players on EG in the right position to do damage. Like I said, even with that paranoia into B main, nobody posted up close to that, so I don't know if Jorgamo's just trying to slow things down, or he's trying to set somebody else in motion. That's the curiosity on my part.
I have those answers to the questions once we come out of this timeout and get the round underway. What the adjustments may be for EG. They have a purchase here. A couple of big ults. Well, one big ult. And a TP. And on the other side, well, we already noted it. Looking lush for PaperX. Looks like a fairly standardized start. Testing towards A, but no instantaneous follow through. We've been seeing kind of, not necessarily one-dimensional, but very hard-headed approaches from PaperX.
Like that might continue here. Looking to regroup ahead of the 60-second mark. Something already trying to make progress towards B. Fish out the turret. Try to, at least on the first beat. Cleans it up on the second. Reckoning invested here, covering the entirety of site. And EG, like I said, perfect read. They're actually playing towards a retake setup here. Demon 1 actually finds mine through.
That's a difference. They've had a couple of first picks though, but still, the site now being contested. Paranoia Ascent, do they try and work off the back of this? CT has 3, they're going to start swinging on through. Jorgamo in a curious position. Keep your eyes on the kill feed, it's the trade coming out. Forsaken getting invested, swings ahead, and another fight won for Demon 1. And held in place by Divide, but the numbers overwhelming. The site's EG's, and this time it worked out.
I said the read was generally pretty good of how PaperX were going to approach the site here. Reckoning invested almost no value outside of finding the plant. But everybody from EG set up to retake very quickly and not giving, but we were talking about in map 1, not giving PaperX the time and space to get aggressive. Once PaperX see a little bit of space to play into, if they've got 2 or 3 bodies, they're going to do it.
I wonder if the adjustment, if there is even an adjustment from PaperX yet. I don't think they have to. It was 1 round. They've still got Device ult now to bring into this one. 5 towards A, and actually EG have 4 players here. Now sitting a little bit deeper, maybe cognizant of Device ult, but Com clearing towards middle, noting nothing towards tiles. As we can see the PaperX, all 5 players here. Can they deal with the flood that's going to be coming their way? Knife goes in, clears out towards Dice. You can see the Cove going up, the Lear going to come out. A little offset on the timing, but it's fine. No one's there to challenge this. They're expecting it, but Core on the cross. A lot of chip damage being done here. Com laying down the covering fire. Takes out Forsaken, and the lockdown is in effect.
They have to retreat here.
And this is a good read from Com.
Mindfreak can't really push much deeper than this, but can swing onto it now. Com posted up with the Odin. He's found him, removed the lurk, removed any sort of safety net from PaperX here. 20 HP, something, spike in hand, but he's solo on Catwalk.
This scares the life out of me. Device falling away. Jing trying to get played in maybe if someone tries to re-clear towards A main. Oh, this is so dangerous! Put his life on the line, trying to set something in motion, but they stack up onto a shot. What a shot! Something removes Com and opens up a chance, an avenue forward, and Demon 1 might shut it down!
Two knives to the head will find EG their second. And straight away in response. See the timeout come through from PaperX. So feeling as if EG are actually here, the comparison is split. It was fast, it was pacey. I don't know if the timeout actually was something that Potter's kind of related to the guys. Slow things down a little, let them play into you. Because again, we're seeing a lot of reactive utility as opposed to start of this. It's, you know, taking space in mid and trying to address the back line. I'm curious now of what PaperX's adjustment will be. We definitely haven't seen the same sort of approach in terms of the Reina just yet. We have seen PaperX leaning towards death falling. Shocker.
Who'd have thought it? I mean, it got them 4, but it does feel like a bit of a battle of the minds here. You got Potter on one side, obviously, who has a ridiculous conversion rate when you look at timeouts and next round success, incredibly high. Now, I asked the same thing of Alex here. Does PaperX have that ability now to shift gear? That EG have found that step, right, as you were alluding to. I don't know what the adjustment will be for PaperX going into it. Do they start toying with expectations? They have been deathballing. Do they start trying to punish rotations, catch one of these players off guard? They're going to need something. There's already the money starting to get worked down at here. They still have the ult from Divine. I think, what, 2 away from the Viper's Pit as well, but the others pretty far off.
The concern being EG are in a position to almost get an operator in hand for the next round. Behind a purchase also. Hunter's Fury, we know Com's always good for one with the ultimate.
And it looks like a similar look, right? They're trying to sell the same sort of picture, but the pace change is on short, and it's Jing to open up the account and pretty much take the entirety of the site. No one is on A. They've got complete free reign here to get that plant down and get the site on their side.
I don't know if you've heard it yet, but whether or not Com got caught by the null command here, because he was backing up towards Fountain to try and use the Hunter's Fury. Jing, 45 HP. Demon 1. Trying to sniff him out here on short.
He's down a little lower. Jing, 45. Not enough for the first time. Oh dear, Com from across the map. Takes out Jing and unlocks the next.
Gets two!
Good for one, good for two. Forsaken stops the rot. Denies Demon 1. Nice follow-up from Mindfreak. Better from Forsaken. And it's all on Com in a 1v3. Not going to be happening. PaperX holding on to the A site.
The reactionary Hunter's Fury here from Com. Just ridiculous how good he is on the Sova. As soon as Demon 1 gets contact here, there's even a flash coming through. I didn't even note the flash from Ethan. And that's the thing, you have to watch 3 or 4 different camera angles to really appreciate the little things that evil geniuses do. Regardless, PaperX around on the board, beautiful cleanup from them.
I want to see these guys fully activated now. PaperX looking a little pissed off after map 1, coming back in, fully ready to go. And feeling very little intention behind that early utility. EG might adjust off the back of this. 2 players trying to hold goal. Oh my god, the grand reveal! Mindfreak has been removed, and this has stalled out PaperX.
I mean, there's 5 people in B main here, and nobody's actually holding for a dart. Com rewarded with a freebie. Boostio played in here with the judge as well, up close and personal.
Be careful. Trying to play the line here. There is no back line to this. There's no exit plan. There's no great escape for PaperX. They have no other position to look at the map. It's closing in. The net is closing in. There's no way forward. It's a blender at the hands of Boostio as Divine. Oh, blinded flash, dead. EG starting to figure out that PaperX pace.
Beautifully done. Com just understands the timing so well on the Sova. The back of the turret, taking contact, being dealt with. He waits a second or two. Like I said, nobody able to react quick enough to the dart. And this is the thing, versus EG, you have to expect Com to be in that position.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Wait, Ethan, has he been seen? Getting nervous here. I think PaperX has felt something.
They heard me, because now Forsaken's trying to find Com. They have switched up though.
Enemy.
It's Com and Boostio now, Odin and Judge. The dynamic duo elsewhere on the map. PaperX looking to maybe set up towards a B split here though.
I like that. Again, we knew that death ball would eventually hit a point it can't carry on at, but Ethan is still ahead of this. Demon 1 taking all the attention, almost enamoring PaperX to focus towards him, but it plays in Ethan. Do they still stay diligent? Do they still check as well? First fight, it's his. Boostio succeeds. Ethan on the double down. Takes away Divine and Jing, leaving something in Forsaken with a little bit of space and not a lot to do with it. And already feels red. Look at the attention towards CT. The crossfire perfectly held. They're going to need a lot to break back in here, Mike.
Something. It's paranoid, spinning back and forth, and Jorgamo will find the headshot, just leaving Forsaken. As a headshot from Demon 1 to find the Prime Gaming flawless. And it's so well thought out. You never expect anyone to be ahead of Demon One. When he's playing like this, when he's hyper-aggressive, and Ethan, the one to tuck in close here.
Got a little nervous on the first couple of shots.
Yeah, a little bit.
But this has broken the bar of PaperX. And that was the first time I think we started to see them kind of explore that slightly less single-minded approach. And it's not a bad approach when it is PaperX. I can't even doubt it that much. But look at the string of rounds now. Nearly 5 in a row here. After that timeout from Potter, whatever it was the cure. It's completely changed the mentality and the read into this game, and it puts the pressure back on PaperX. 5 is respectable. But you want to be seeing a little bit more out of them here. See if they can post up a couple more rounds, give them some safety on that side switch.
See what they're trying to set up towards here. PaperX 4 towards short though. We're a ton of damage. They're walking into Busco. Sets up here.
How is Jing alive? How's he still standing? He's still fighting! Jing! I can't believe it! Walks across the map, somehow breathing. Giacomo dives in head first. And Demon One in a similar spot. This time he's going to be handled by Device Utility. And this is that bloodied battle we were waiting on. The explosive pressure that PaperX needed has finally landed true. Com now in a 1v3. Jesus, that's too close.
I mean, Device tagged up down to 48. Going to get an opportunity here to play a rifle out. The safety net here for A side.
He's still got his dart.
Just Starflow down to 70 HP. Eyes trained on heaven.
He shouldn't have play into this. I think he knows he's really running low on chances here.
Let's wait for an exit, maybe.
Yeah. Hello and goodbye. Gonna take away Mind Freak. Spots out one on the site, but again, time. Oh, Device having none of it. None of that here today, and Mike, the absolute wherewithal of this team. PaperX just flew through that site.
I mean, Busco, it takes him a couple of seconds to actually pop the second Nano Swarm in tree here. I think that's the issue. Jing has a little bit of room to work with, and he's able to get, I mean, that is just beautiful.
Filthy.
Yeah. I was going to say a disgusting spray with the Stinger, but it gets the job done. In one of the most PaperX rounds I think we've seen so far today.
They could have done with one. It was starting to get a little nervy, right, when you looked at the run-arounds coming in, but back in we go. Even one played in a little off the spam of comp. And wait, Giacomo just got the first? Ooh. Taking away Jing almost instantaneously is a problem. Clean from Demon One, and no opportunity for a trade.
Of course,
something denied.
Well, thought about it. Something given. A second shot here. Some time and space in middle. Spike not committed just yet.
Something's been noted as well.
Yeah, he has. Now with PaperX looking to regroup. Well, something actually started. Still curious towards Team 8.
You just keep in mind how deep Aegis is sitting on all of this map as well. They're entertaining no early frags here. No one's playing up by tree. No one's playing close towards the B side. No one's even on the A side. They're sitting CT. They're sitting super deep here. Going to make PaperX work for their dinner. Oh. They've got plenty of ults, so.
Ethan spotted.
Closing in a little. They're looking for chances here, PaperX. And there's just being nothing offered.
30 seconds left.
Devi at the jump-off point now. Utility still there. That's not ideal. Actually, a bit of an issue. Neron catching up to him, but towards the site we go. Again, EG not taking the bait, showing discipline. Well, until then, the flash almost perfect. Devi could have been in danger. 13 seconds now. They're in trouble. Spike's left loose, and EG play a patient round.
And the protocol list is so robust from EG. Constantly, Ethan jump spotting here. The alarm bot takes contact. They set up for this flash over from spawn to put Bustio in a position to punish Giacomo. Beautiful opener.
My ultimate.
One enemy
Fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, mid-round not really suiting PaperX there, conceding 2 kills, don't really get an opportunity to pin down any sort of engagement across the map. EG mitigating risk really effectively there.
And look at the pressure. Knife catching Busio, gonna make this very difficult to hold. They have to respect what's coming their way. And Ching disrespecting all the utility, all the presence. Something on the follow-up and the site may be theirs. One stands in their way. Oh my God! Inhuman reaction from something. And this guy is fired up. Back up to 4. PaperX hold the numbers. Com hot on their heels though. He ain't a million miles away from this. This becomes difficult now. Jorgamo and Com facing down near on an army. Trying to toy with them, see if they can spot them.
He got tagged.
He's been forced away. Jorgamo dives in. Oh my God, the trade. Look at the HP. Mind Freak is on 29. This is scary. But Com is not being given many more chances. He's got to slip. And no shot.
He's got to swap out the
pin's gonna drop. Oh, Defy! Gorgeous timing from him. That got down to the wire.
What a ridiculous exchange. 7-5 on the half though, Lauren.
This is a great game we're seeing here. PaperX doing everything they need, just about securing the last couple of rounds, digging so deep.
Disgusting from something.
Filthy work from him, and it's what you want to be seeing. And this is such pressure stage now for both sides. PaperX in recovery after they struggled. That timeout that came for Potter and EG worked so well. But to hear from someone who knows what it's like on a major stage, let's hand it down to Tarek and Doug.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're hanging out in the co-streamer area right now, and of course, we've got a fan favorite in Tarek. Tarek, talk to me about the vibes in the arena right now. This place is packed.
Yeah, oh man, it is electric in here. Can I hear you guys one time? Just make some noise.
Mission accomplished. Yeah, I think they got it. Let's talk about the series a little bit. EG, PaperX, who you got?
You know, it's a tricky question. I think there's really no right answer here. I'm happy for either team that wins, but...
Bro.
Go EG. Fuck it, go EG.
We can edit that out, right? We can get that in post-prod. Do you have any predictions on how far the series is going to go? Is it going the distance or what?
Oh, we want map 5. We pray for map 5, definitely.
All right, last couple of thoughts I'd love to get from you. Talk to me about the new map, in particular, Sunset. What do you think?
I'm excited. When do I get to play?
Right after this, actually. I got you.
Let's get it.
And then the cinematic. I know there were people who had really strong feelings. What was happening to Lil Bro? What was happening to Wingman? Was he going to make it on the other side? Tell me, you cried. You cried. I know you cried. You can admit it.
Boaster cried for me, so shout out Boaster. That's my GOAT.
All right, any final things you want to say to the crowd, to the venue before I let you go?
Go Valorant.
He nailed it. Go Valorant. Thank you so much. Tarek, back to you guys.
Wow, they are some hard-hitting words there from Tarek.
Go Valorant.
Go
Honestly.
Valorant. Yeah, absolutely right. But 5-7. Yeah. This is an incredibly close game. Now, I feel like the bulk of rounds in this for PaperX happened at the start, right? Gave themselves a nice buffer. There was that turn. There was that timeout that gave EG the springboard back to a competitive half. But PaperX still hold the lead here.
They do. Things still looking very scrappy. EG showing that they're happy to go toe-to-toe once again. Continuing that trend. Very early exploration here. Really caught on the counter swing here from Tile.
That'd be nice.
That's his main shell.
That'd be very nice.
Decent damage. Com and Busio down to 45.
Ching will be happy with that. But I mean, damage back on the other side too. Almost walking away in very similar spots, but a totally different change of pace here for EG. Much slower, a little bit more meticulous, a bit more careful. You know what you're facing here, one of the most explosive teams in the world, even on the defending side. Mind Freak shouldering this. It will be Demon 1 to spot. And then Utility instantly coming through. Now note the spike. This is not their end goal. They're drawing eyes over.
Which they haven't actually achieved just yet.
Oh!
Busio lands a banger onto Forsaken. Still conscious that maybe it being the Killjoy could be a lurk setup.
Yeah, no over-rotation, is there? They're thinking about it, but again, with this timing, this pacing, 30 seconds, it's going to be down to the wire. This is going to be a very close call on things here, and there's still 2 players to clear out, and it's Jing and something. Yes, lower HP, but still with the boombot. And it's about timing on this. When does he invest? Does he invest? He could do now. Oh, it's stunning from Jing. Denies the first man in. That's Boostio. 10 seconds now. They got 2 targets to find. This is so much to do for EG, but Calm again, creating all the space. But PaperX playing forward. Already, Mindfreak slipping forward towards Switch, looking to get closer by. Divide by CT, but a 2v4 is so tricky. Mindfreak there draws the attention. Divide on the swing, and denied by Ethan. As EG pick up the pistol in the second half.
For the 6th on the board. 1 away from catching PaperX here at the start of the second half. Beautiful opener from Boostio.
They left it so late.
Yeah, they did.
Terrified.
Again, the plan is executed perfectly though. The flash over the top to set Calm in motion. Really well done by EG.
It makes you wonder, if something a bit more HP, if Jing was sitting a little bit pretty on the HP, maybe they could have held off a little longer, but that's neither here nor there as we go forward at 6-7. EG closing the scoreline just a little bit now. Sheriff coming out from Divide. Beyond that, it's classics. Well, we saw what Jorgamo was able to do on map 1, so maybe don't write it off just yet, but still. Stack for PaperX's. Well, they're coming up as the antidote to this round, but man, it's not going to be easy to make count. EG have been quite careful on their approach. Trying to find that information first, but let's see if they can navigate away from this cluster of mayhem on this site.
EG expecting aggression, maybe not expecting a 4-man stack in A main. They're going to flash out here with Divide. He doesn't actually have a flash.
They're trying to scramble, and there's nowhere to run. Demon One's in danger, tries to backpedal. It's sensational from PaperX. And now Boostio and Ethan are reeling off the back of it. Yeah, they get the rest of the map, but look at the upgrades. Look at what they get. A reward for all of that work. But a plant will be had. Can they defend a 2v4 like this?
I mean, it's a Spectre and a
Look
Sheriff.
at Ethan. Look at Ethan's position. Oh my God.
Oh, he's heard it.
Ethan knows what's coming his way. 3 on the other side. First found, second follow-up. Ethan holding them back. Oh, and a third! Recovering what looked like a lost round!
What a performance from Ethan.
That's an Arte round right there. Vintage.
A sensational 4K. To bail out EG.
That looked like PaperX's mic all day long. That start was, God, out of this world.
I mean, this third kill is beautiful. Then the bait with the flash here. Bounces deep. Forsaken has to commit to turning it. Yeah, take a bow.
Oh man, PaperX, need you to stabilize here now. Rifles coming up. Gotta keep their heads held high in this one. EG willing to get down and dirty, scrappy into this. A little bit more of a pace change here, getting a little bit more progress done early on. Looking like Ethan wants to work towards that ult, and well, with the round that he just had, why not? He's very close by.
Team 1's got some space to work with here. Look at the respect given by something. Playing all the way towards Fountain. Door is closed, so there's no real need to jump spot anything, but to say that, Jing did actually just snatch you up. Spotted a ton of players inside B main. We see this exchange of utility here. It's almost TP'd in.
He's in, and Demon One's caught someone in. What? Demon One! How's he doing this much damage? Jing and something trying to hold the line, and they're doing so well. Something is serious about this one. Trying to dig his heels in here, but Demon One's still standing and still breathing. There are problems. Divide by Something's side. And Jorgamo on the other, they're getting aggressive, they're going fast. Something wants in, and he's got in. He's taken the round away from them. EG left in tatters as PaperX depending on something there, and he finds it.
What a brutal battle in some of these rounds. A furious exchange.
Mechanical monsters.
Look at... Oh my God. I said, given some space, something respecting the setup here initially.
One enemy remaining.
Beautiful cleanup though between Divide and something. Find PaperX their first round here in the second half. They come away with that though, 2 Bulldogs, so that was just EG's bonus.
Jing's getting a little interested. He's got something walking middle as well. EG aren't really taking that walk. Slowly but surely. Trying to get a bit more curious about what's happening in middle here. It's been enough that's put some question marks around the map. Oh my god, something.
I don't think he knows just how close Boostio was there.
Oh, Jing!
Yeah, Ethan trying to set it up with a flash. Boostio punished.
Yeah, fell for that one, almost hook, line, and sinker, wanting to try and punish contact that they had. And Jing's not relenting. He's not falling back, and maybe he should have. Ethan's got an opportunity, even the scoreboard.
Just look at this setup here. Doing something at Forsaken. Oh. Yeah, Demon One's like, what the hell's going on in there?
Didn't like what he found. But this map is not looking comfy. 30 seconds, they have no way in here. Ethan going for the ult. They pushed forward. Profound aggression from...
He just spotted him.
Oh my god. Oh my good god. He's played ahead of it. And Ethan's still doing damage. Spike is running towards A with 18 seconds. When do they realize? When do they turn already? You can see one of them on the case. Mind Freak trying to come on over with 12 seconds. Oh, this plant could be in. Let's see if that cross is made. Jorgamo's made it over. That should be a plant. But up towards heaven. There's 2 coming on forward. Not denied on the plant, but the Fobs, everything, something now starting to get closer. Comms found something. Mind Freak couldn't quite get the trade. They've slipped away. And Devi gets a bit closer himself. Jorgamo's got him. And now it's Devi in a 1v3. 2 low, and it's very possible for this man. But look at these angles. Brutal to clear. 2 flashes to play with. Can he isolate a fight? What can he do in this? Takes another step, looks for the fight, he's got it! And now the 1v1, but time is against him, and there's a demon on the other side!
Beautiful stuff here. Devi catching a crucial kill onto Ethan, or knocking him in the null command here. And that's the time, but it comes so late that, I mean, you even noted it, when was somebody going to start rotating, but Devi finds the kill, and it's pretty much knife out the entire time. They still don't beat EG to A site. Beautiful all around Ethan as well. Can't remember who it was actually caught in B main in the corner there with the Forsaken, I believe.
The
flash goes through, null command is popped, and again, with all Paper X's utility up, there's kind of I mean, it's their own demise in that regard. Yeah. The null command goes up, there's no open sight lines towards main, which is why they try and get aggressive. As soon as they concede that kill on Forsaken, Devi's hand is forced, he has to commit to the flank, and it's already too late at that point. 8 apiece here.
Wow. I knew this was going to be a good best of 5, Mike, but we're seeing this really kept close. I'm a bit worried about this half, though. I think seeing the kind of start we're seeing here from EG looking quite well prepared, the money scenario for Paper X, what do they do with this? And the timeout hitting as it is, it's quite indicative they're trying to find adjustments, right? They're trying to find a way forward that's going to work for them here. This composition should be hard to make work, but they're aggressive. They know how this plays out, right? It's not the first time we're seeing it, but I'm a little worried. I'm seeing a hero rifle on Devi, and that's about it.
You have the showstopper to play with, but Jing not throwing a shield in the mix here. I don't know if that maybe he's going to try and use that reactively. He's got to get out of this corner. Spammed up at a 51 HP, but escapes death.
They need to try and feel out where the stack may be, and a quick reaction from Paper X is actually putting them in potentially the correct space. Eyeing up towards the A site now. You can see EG on red alert. After some of those moves we've been seeing coming out, some of those aggressive plays, the flashes off the back end. Speaking of aggressive plays, there's the flash. He knows he's drawn attention here. What do EG do now with the information they've received?
Very cautious approach here. Saw an earlier example of anticipating aggression. Paper X already looking like they're going to lean towards a stack on A. Incorrect read here with what we can see.
It's a gamble stack. You gotta try and risk it, but
I mean, EG have done really well to deny information across the map, so forcing their hand at PaperX in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. So this should be the green light. Shouldn't be any resistance towards the B site here, so it's all on how much can they achieve on the way out. And I already like the readjustment from Com. I love seeing this.
I think we just saw a teaser for a future execution there with the cloud burst up onto the top, the flash out from Ethan. So we do get that employed once again. Com.
The timing, get out of it! Okay, good trade. That's a rifle, but they don't have time really to maybe run and grab that. No. Maybe Forsaken can try and give it a go, but they can get a bit dangerous. Hold on, that flash is a bit of an issue, but it plays in Boostio, but still very diligent on the clear. Boostio cleaning him up here. Forsaken, the last one alive. You can hear the timer ticking away. Demon 1 willing, ready and able to remove the final threat. This round was a gamble stack, and it didn't work out.
G will take the lead. PaperX now in a position that feels a little uncomfortable. You look at what's behind this purchase, you look at what's coming out in this purchase, to be honest with you.
One enemy remains.
Divide down on a Bulldog. We will see the operator coming out for something. A chance for him to maybe get something done here. Become a little more aggressive. Well, just saw him, yeah. He's behind Pizza, actually.
Wow.
So hold a very, very passive angle here. This isn't typical, really, of PaperX's approach here. Well, not typical of EG's approach either, but...
Com, normally good for it. He's cleared out common angles. He's basically facilitated this whole site hit. So something has to try and hold. And the first shot not landing opens up so many opportunities for EG. Not feeling secure on the side just yet. PaperX looking maybe to pounce on this. Waterfall in, and they do. Jing takes away Ethan. This is looking much better here. Holding with 5 alive. Can they make it more? Yes! Mind Freak. Damage done. Good trade. Boostio still bounding away. But the plant's not in. It's held in the hands. Jorgamo not quite there just yet. 24 HP that all that Boostio has to boast. And now looking for the plant. Jorgamo's got Jing.
A late lockdown as well. This causes real issues for PaperX.
They've got to run. They've got to get out of this. This is the plant that they wanted. And now a true 3v3, but that
planted.
Something. Maybe. Oh my, wait. Forsaken.
Did Boostio try and reflank through mid?
It looked like it, but Forsaken was so ready. And now the counter roll. They're going off this one. Jorgamo's in danger. He's screwed. Trying to stick around on the site. He's been noted. He's been seen. How long can he survive? He's going to be hounded down. Dead. Buried. It's all on Com in a 1v3. Tap on the spike. First challenge found. Seconds there. PaperX. Perfect to tie it back up to 9 apiece.
I love the idea here from EG. Again, the execution, and maybe this is reliant on a kill or two towards short. PaperX in that regard, I guess, doing the right thing and not giving anything away. Well, they barrel down Catwalk, find themselves in tree very, very quickly.
They're keeping up, Mike. They are clawing onto this game. They do not want this one to go like Split did, that 13-10. PaperX showing real resilience here. As said, last dance for Jing.
Get out of my way.
And it looks like an aggressive start for him as well. Up and over, not quite. Pain Shell going to be left, and Forsaken couldn't quite get around the corner.
Jorgamo tries to capitalize on the aggression, TPing elsewhere on the map, but PaperX disengage very quickly. Something we'll find Boostio as well. Finds a little bit of value with that operator in hand now.
Why does EG look? Looking at Jorgamo, already clear through Wine.
Here.
But there's 3 players here. Again, with PaperX keeping the numbers up, they get the beauty of just having that additional body they can post towards the site. Mind Freak drifting around towards top middle, noting maybe the vulnerability there, but it looks like maybe Devi's the one who could receive the attention if they furthered the pathing up towards tree. As it stands, it's only Demon 1. Yes, Jorgamo A main, but indecision. It feels like for EG, waiting to see if there is a re-aggress here.
Oh, she'll have something. Find another kill here onto Com. Mind Freak tucked into this pocket though. This could be deadly.
Oh, wait. No, they have no idea. There's no idea, there's no way. Divide even. Not his call on the way up regardless. Beautiful from Divide. Yes, Mindfreak's position would have been the back line if required. But Divide doesn't even let it get that far.
Finds all three to clean things up, finding PaperX double digits here.
Huge for them.
And a big bailout in terms of the finances. They've been struggling for the last few rounds to find a response. Like I said, the operator finally finding some value here. It's Boostio and Com. PaperX well away from the pit. EG, nothing really on the brink here for them. Yeah, rifle in the hands of Demon One to try and get something done here. An early paranoia though. Mitigated or negated by the paint shell. EG don't want to give up the space though.
But there's a trade. Forsaken's got to be careful. He's the last standing bastion of this site. Support's on the way and Divide gets there, but Boostio hands out a haircut to Forsaken. It rolls on the floor. You're looking at Divide, who's been absolutely nuts this map. Does EG continue? They could pause for a little bit. They're still above a minute. This is early fights, and the temptation for that rifle, I'm sure, is just as well. But Boostio knows better. Note Mindfreak here. How far does he go? No, I think he felt the timing out a little bit.
For sure, EG though, have cut noise behind this. PaperX with the correct read though.
Got him out of the sky!
How did he just land that?
Something is activating here. This guy's coming online. The last couple of rounds have been essential to this player, and a fantastic catch on the adjustment from Com. There's no escaping your fate. You've got to stand and fight, and Divide, the final boss of B. Not going to give it up, not going to let him back in.
PaperX looking like they want to answer back here. With a map win on Ascent, will force a timeout here. Oh my God. Nah. I take it back. He does not look like they're ready for my ranked game.
And it's a timeout for EG now. 3 consecutive rounds from PaperX at such a pivotal time. This could be outcome defining here. No key ults to depend upon for EG. This has to be just in the server traditional approach. On the other side, I mean, you've got the Viper's Pit there, 1 away from Devise, operators in play.
I mean, I was talking about PaperX having real concerns in terms of the inventory the last few rounds. Now they've strung 3 together. It gives access to some real game changers. In terms of opportunities, I mean, another round potentially for Jing will have him a little closer to the showstopper as well. Pit notoriously difficult to overcome in terms of Ascent as well, because it's just it's not really in the wheelhouse just yet. Teams obviously playing around with it, but plenty of options here. I think if you look at the other side of things, EG with what's left in the bank, not many. 2 off the null command of their own, 3 away from the lockdown. It's just not feasible.
So what's the answer? I've loved what Something's been able to do. Yes, obviously a very flashy shot in the one just gone, but even bigger picture, he has been finding such impact since getting that operator in. But I'm looking like a change-up might be in place here. Forsaken taking over the role. Don't do that to me.
I mean, he's just hit that shot, and then you take the operator off him.
What is he up to? What is the game plan here? It looks like he's getting into it. They're getting aggressive again. Look at the crunch towards tiles. This puts him on the chopping block. Forsaken not going to land the shot he wanted. EG running away. They don't want any of what's being sold over there. They've already lost Demon One. Yes, Jing fell as well.
Does the pit come out from Mindfreak now?
He has
He's
every
swinging
option.
ahead of the wall.
Mindfreak, are you mad? Get out of there. EG are on the way. It could be hot fashion, a swing, that's audacious! And it might be a mistake.
They've just given them a 3v2 and an open sight.
I think they underestimated who was here and when. Forsaken still has the operator, something on the Vandal. This seems just bizarre. And with the chance, something slipped forward. The Cove actually helping, but Giacomo gets denied. A 2v2 now on the side. Boostio and Com trying to keep control. Swing, a miss, Com on the trade, but he finds Forsaken. That's a shot done, it's huge. Something is bleeding, but he's still standing and still fighting.
Ice cold from Something.
He stared them down.
Yeah.
He stared them down.
That's the brute force you get from a player like him.
Look at this, man.
Oh my God. Beautiful stuff. That's 2 rounds now. He's had ridiculous impact for PaperX. It's given PaperX map point here. EG trailing by 3.
With the spam already. Not great for Demon One. He's gone. He's fallen. Jing getting a little closer too. They're scrambling. They can't go along this route any further. Oh my God, Jing. It's PaperX. They don't shot. You didn't see him, Busio. How have you done that? He's got a lockdown.
He forces out here.
Device walking into it. Device walked into it. This is just unbridled aggression. Again and again, they keep retaking the fights.
Who's next? Mind Freak down to 70 HP. Something. Position towards mid. Has an operator. No chance to actually swap this weapon out ahead of the retake. He's actually popped his Empress as well.
Okay, so
finally things slow down.
Yeah, that feels just like a mental break for these two. The utility that EG has is quite substantial. But something is here. And that's enough that makes me worry. He's still paranoid about middle. The flash is good, sticks around for the shot, plays in Mind Freak, he waits on the first, he pounces. No, he doesn't! Ethan! He's bailed him out until then! Kong stays alive, EG with a lifeline.
It's another example of the layering of utility from EG is so good. They cut sound here, wait for the cooldowns to come back. The flash allows the ping to come through. You can see that Ethan actually tanks the Lear. He's nearsighted, but the ping from the recon is perfect. Speaking of perfect.
Stop it. Stop it. That's how you stay alive? That's how you get to 10? It feels unfair.
Here.
But it ain't over yet, Mike. 10 to 12. PaperX still on the verge. One more round. They tie up this series. And something getting interested in middle here.
Pit will lock down A main. Something not noted just yet. Let's see. Com hasn't invested in utility towards mid. Well, they want to regroup pretty early on outside B.
Placing alarm bot.
Leave Jorgemite posted. Does have the TP, an opportunity to regroup later on, but they find themselves a fairly favourable engagement here. Lockdown will clear sight as well.
And I worry for their exit. Okay.
Yeah, it does deal with that.
Lovely. Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it?
I don't know if they felt as if they knew where Jing was earlier on.
Now they're at 38 seconds and they ain't got a step towards sight. And look who's on the other side here. Something with a huge opportunity. A step is heard, and it's more than enough for him. And now more information aplenty. Com in trouble, but a great bailout from him. Devi looking to get involved though. A pixel out of place and he spotted him, but 20 seconds. EG need to keep going. Devi's got down. Brought down on his hands and knees as Jing trying to fill the void. Catches off the cross, gonna deny Com. Getting towards the side. Jing, fantastic. 10 seconds. They've got to get the spike down. They've done just enough to get into a 1v2. Demon One out of this world performance now Forsaken to try and take down the remainders. Sitting pretty, perfect HP, but can he find the double stack towards? Hell no, he can't. EG nearly tying up the series off the back of exceptional work from Demon One.
And I feel like with one round just there, they've just broken the momentum that PaperX had established here in the second half on Ascent.
Oh, that shot.
The second shot to Jorgemite is outrageous. But there was so little time to recover.
Nice!
Come out finally after a string of rounds, PaperX forced into a lighter purchase, be it just a stinger.
was wondering if they're up to something off the rip there, Mike. I saw 3 of them stacked up and I get a little worried. It doesn't matter the scoreline. Paper X will still do something absolutely demented.
They just got the reckoning off that. That early aggression has rewarded them the reckoning. Now they have the showstopper. It's 2 ultimates that can be employed towards a retake here.
Devi and Mind Freak getting a little closer makes me nervous.
He tried to pop flash off this last time.
I'm so aware of a nicer angle to hold those who's just not affected.
Bait things out. In terms of information, you figured out initially early on where Forsaken is. Now you know where Devi is. Com trying to confirm a 3rd presence.
They're waiting for the check, and here it comes. The swing and a miss from D1, and something is just a straight-up killer. 2 back-to-back. Ethan gets a chance to punish. He's not clean enough. Something is absolutely demonic right now. Trying to get across the line. Paper X are holding on here. They want to tie up the series, get us back to a 1-1 scoreline. Paper X, map 2's theirs.
Talking about the script getting flipped. Ascent goes the way of Paper X here. UG felt themselves as if they were poised for a 2-8 lead here. Ridiculous performance. Jing had 10 first bloods.
Huge.
Just, I mean, it's unheard of.
Magnificent performance from them. Something also outstanding work on that map, changing some of the outcomes throughout this. But again, Paper X picking themselves back up after a rough start on map 1. A hard fought for game, but here in map 2, a 13-11 is everything they could dream of.
1 enemy remains. 30 seconds left. Flawless.
VALORANT 冬の陣千秋楽誇りをかけた戦いを
What a clutch from Celsius!
その目で見届けろ
What is that from Stella?
世界との取り組み幕開く両国国技館にて開催
Little moments of joy are not so little. They are pure joy. Therefore, treat yourself. Come to Andalucía.
Red Bull gives you wings.